Welcome back to Homeschool Nolan, here to help you navigate learning in the digital age. Is it really cheating if I use AI? I ask this because everyone's been talking about how great AI is in making everyone more productive. But schools seem like the last place where AI is encouraged and is actually considered cheating to use it. In fact, you've probably seen headlines like this: "Everyone is cheating their way through college," and "How to stop students from cheating with AI." So in this video, I'd like to talk about this topic of cheating with AI and whether schools are even asking the right questions when it comes to using artificial intelligence. But first, what is cheating? To find a definition, I of course turned to ChatGPT, where it says, quote, "Cheating is the act of breaking rules or behaving dishonestly to gain an unfair advantage, typically in a competitive or evaluative context. It can happen in many settings, including, and in academics, it's copying someone else's work, using unauthorized materials during an exam, or plagiarizing." And it finishes by saying, at its core, cheating undermines fairness and trust. It often involves deception and a disregard for agreed upon standards or commitments. Now, in the context of AI, cheating usually refers to using apps like ChatGPT to generate entire essays or written reports. After all, that's what generative AI is really good at: generating written content. It's important to remember, though, that cheating is nothing new, and students have always tried to do so long before AI. Back when I was in high school, the technology used for cheating was a small piece of paper called the cheat sheet. I still remember in geometry class the guy sitting next to me who had the formulas written down on a small sheet of paper that he brought with him to the exam. After the test, though, he remarked to me that he barely even had to use his cheat sheet because ironically, the act of him creating the cheat sheet alone caused him to learn and remember the material. So if the goal is to learn, did he really cheat? And this leads me to my next question, and that is, what is the purpose of education in the first place? Horace Mann, often considered the father of American public education, believed that education should be available to all children in order to have a healthy, vibrant democracy. After all, you can't have a healthy democracy if your voters are uneducated, right? Similarly, John Dewey, in 1916, wrote his famous Democracy in Education book, where he also argues that in addition to being important to democracy, education is not just preparation for life, it is life itself. Now, practically speaking, I think there are two main reasons today why parents want their kids to have a good education. One is for personal development. They want their kids to develop the ability to think critically, solve problems, and make good, informed decisions. And two, they want their kids to at least survive and do well economically in the world and prepare them for the workforce as adults. Therefore, schools should, in theory, equip kids with the skills necessary for working, beginning with reading, writing, and arithmetic in elementary school. Now, before AI came along, there never really was any tension between the two goals of personal development and workforce preparation. They seem to go together hand in hand. But whenever a new technology comes along, it calls into question just how valuable a skill that once could only be done by humans still really is. For example, when the pocket calculator came out around 50 years ago, it was of course cheating for any elementary school student to use it while doing arithmetic. That said, the calculator was still a very useful technology for checking your answers. And today, as an adult, I rarely do any math in my head or on paper when dealing with more than two-digit numbers. It's so much easier now to use a calculator. But should kids still be learning how to do math by hand? Of course they should. Otherwise, they won't even understand what the calculator is doing. Now, when it comes to writing essays, though, and research papers, the goal in my mind is to 1, develop writing skills, and 2, learn how to research think, and write about the subject that you're writing about. Now, if the goal is to develop those writing skills and thinking skills, then yes, of course, using a tool like ChatGPT to write your essay is cheating. But if your goal is more to learn about a subject and exploring, then using AI tools can save you a lot of time. Just like the Google search engine saves us a lot of time from having to go to the library, AI can now be a very powerful tool in helping us learn new subjects much faster. In fact, if your goal is to prepare your students for the future workforce, you should encourage the use of AI as much as possible. For example, I work for a big tech company that has a very strong writing culture. You have to be able to write well at my company in order to influence anyone. Now, at the same time, my company also openly encourages the use of AI tools to help employees write their business documents. And as far as I know, no one has ever been fired or accused of cheating simply because they used AI to help them write an email, business plan, or any other important document. In fact, those who don't use AI now risk falling behind. What someone could get fired for, though, is if they blindly copy and paste whatever text the AI generated and submitted it without reviewing or editing it. So what is the real skill, then, that's important here? I would argue that it's the ability to write what's called a prompt for the AI to get the best output, and then being able to review the output and using your judgment based on your skills and experience to create the best final draft. I believe that our kids as adults will be writing far fewer long-form documents like we may have done in high school. Instead, they will be spending more time writing what's called prompts for AI systems. Hence, instead of cracking down on cheating, schools today should also probably rethink what they should be teaching in the first place. Educators should be asking, is the ability to write long-form essays by hand still as important as before? Or should schools be emphasizing a shorter, more concise form of writing, such as the writing used in prompt engineering? Now, of course, it's up to every parent and student to decide what's best for them. And that's why I think homeschoolers have the advantage in a fast-changing world. Homeschoolers can adapt and adopt new technologies more quickly in trying to figure out what's best for them. And as for me, I will openly encourage the use of AI as part of my kids' learning. The ability to write well and communicate through writing will always be an important skill, whether it's communicating with humans or with AI systems. And I hope this video has helped you as you try to navigate what is really cheating in the age of AI and what new skills are going to be most important. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to click subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.